Another part of the kit here is you have to grind one notch in the 4-LAN switch, not the 3-LAN, but the 4-LAN switch, okay? And in order to do that, you're going to use that same file that we used previously, which is about a 1/4 inch thick by 2 inches wide by 7 or so inches long standard file, and use that to run it across here, and just put one notch in it. You don't have to round it off on one side all the way around, but just put one notch across, and you're good. Now it's not fussy again. It doesn't have to be perfect, so long as you get it, you know, close enough. Then you're good. There is room for error. Okay. Also here with this part, you know, it's not extremely fussy either. You know, you're just trying to get it as close as you can, and you'll be good to go. Let me see here. What else was there? There's a diagram for drilling your holes. I'm not going to show that exactly, as that's a specific part of the kit itself. When I drilled all my holes here, I drilled them to the same drill bit, like I said last time, the 332, which is equal to a 0.094 inch drill bit. And that seemed to work fine enough for me. When you're drilling it, don't slam on your drill. It's only a little bit of metal that gets removed. Just run it real slow if you've got a variable speed, just enough for it to just remove those 1 or 2 little windings or shavings of metal, and you're good. Make sure to hit all of the holes. Don't leave any holes undrilled. Okay. Also, forget your check ball right there on that previous picture that I showed on the actual television screen. That one can really mess you up if you forget about that one. There's also one up here. Alright, up here. That one is also one of the ones that might mess you up. Okay. So make sure those are in there. Those are also going to want to fall out and roll around on you when you're putting everything back together. When you put it back together just as you took it apart, which is facing down in this manner, and that should help you out a little bit. Also, another thing here is to put your new accumulator spring on there, and make your adjustments as per the kit. Okay, and you're going to have to adjust this piece here that you took off. One of the first things that came off the valve body before you could disassemble it, that you have to go ahead and reinstall, as is basically the installation is basically more towards the reverse of removal. And before you bolt all your valve body back together, you are going to want to pour transmission fluid into the casing here on your actual valves themselves. Pour it into the little channels there before you reassemble your valve body. This is just going to help things out a little bit. The valves will stay nice and lubed. So when you do run it, everything will get lubed up with transmission fluid, and you'll have less air bubbles and so forth. And make sure you put your accumulator spring back in the correct direction, in which it goes in there, and when you put it in there, the spring is going to be popping out up here, and that's the fashion it should go. The spring's going to be popping out. Then when you bolt your plate down, it's going to smash the spring down and hold it in there. Don't do it vice versa, otherwise you're going to have trouble. Do you adjust your spring sheet pressure? That was too hard. And I didn't do this other step over here because about the shaft, drilling the shaft and whatnot, and notching it and all that, because you have to really pull the transmission completely apart and basically do a rebuild on it to pull out the main shaft. So that is some part that I really didn't follow because it's not necessary. It's just optional, as it states, and really wouldn't add a tremendous amount of difficulty to the kit itself. Also here, you're going to want to always, you know, adjust your linkage when you're putting everything back together. You know, it's just smart, and readjust your, you know, might want to take the time to go ahead and adjust the indicator on your dash. That's spring operated by a little steel cable that can, you know, get out of adjustment as well. So you're going to want to adjust it here first of all at the actual transmission, and then from the transmission and the column, and then from that point you can go ahead and adjust it on your dash, so that way everything reads appropriately. And there you go. You'll be good to go from that point. I hope this helps you out a little bit, and thanks for your time.